Celebrities who passed away while filming their final movie. Aww, isn't it tragic for fans? It's always sad when fans lose a beloved celebrity. Unfortunately, several talented actors have passed away while filming a movie. Late actors remain an integral part of the movie projects they leave behind. Their final films became a very significant part of their legacy, giving audiences one last look at a career cut shortly by tragedy. Want to know about the top 10 celebrities who died while filming their movies? In this video, we'll go over everything in detail. Join us until the end. Number 10. Brandon Lee from The Crow 1994. Brandon Lee had much to live up to in his acting career because he is the son of renowned martial artist Bruce Lee. Sadly, that career ended during the production of The Crow in 1994. Did something happen during the shooting of the film? What do you think? Lee suffered accidental harm as a result of a prop gun shooting. The handgun used at the scene had an actual bullet fragment that was shot out by the force of blank fire. Lee was struck in the abdomen, and later that day, he passed away. Gunshot with a bullet inside. Do you think it was a mishap? The injuries were more severe than they should have been, due to defective blank ammunition. The fact that his death was ultimately a result of negligence made it even more devastating. Even though he had finished filming most of his scenes, The Crow still needed script revisions and a stunt double after he passed away. That's sad. Let's see the 9th one on our list. Number 9. Natalie Wood from Brainstorm 1983. In the 1970s, Natalie Wood established herself as a renowned actor. One of the most tragic aspects of her legacy is the mystery surrounding her mysterious death. Authorities ruled that Wood drowned accidentally off the coast of Catalina Island, California. She was 43 years old at that time. This is death as a result of a natural disaster, isn't it? Wood was working on the sci-fi blockbuster Brainstorm from the 1980s when she passed away. Filmmakers used Lana Wood, Wood's sister, to fill in for several missing scenes to complete the production. Fans may never truly learn what happened to the young actor. Why is that? Is Wood's death officially classified as a cold case? Indeed it is. Number 8. James Dean from Giant 1956. Rebel Without a Cause, released in 1955, was James Dean's last movie and a great representation of his bad boy persona. Sadly, Dean didn't live long enough to watch the movie in theaters. What happened to James Dean at that time? The actor was driving his German-made Porsche sports car when it collided head-on with another vehicle 30 miles or 48 kilometers east of Paso Robles. According to the BBC, the 24-year-old actor died 1 month before the film's premiere. He was young to suffer from all this. Tragic. Strangely, Dean's passing played a significant role in elevating the actor to early Hollywood folklore. At the time of his passing, just one of Dean's movies had actually been released, East of Eden. His untimely death contributed to the popularity of both Giant and Rebel Without a Cause. Did you watch these popular movies? You need to. Number 7. Paul Walker from Furious 7 2015. You might be a fan of Fast and Furious. Paul Walker's passing in 2013 stunned Fast and Furious fans. While filming Furious 7, the 7th installment in the beloved franchise, the actor perished in a high-speed vehicle accident. His untimely demise forced the film's production team to use various tools to finish the job. That's awful. Such a famous actor of all time. Walker's fame was mainly completed thanks to computer-generated imagery, and his brothers acted as body doubles when necessary. Furious 7 succeeded despite his terrible absence because the filmmakers tried to ensure that these scenes appropriately acknowledge the actor's role in the franchise. What an excellent way to acknowledge your lead role. Let's see the next one. Number 6. Marilyn Monroe from Something's Got to Give, 1962. Norma Jean Mortensen gained enduring status among the Hollywood elite when she became Marilyn Monroe. However, the star's turbulent personal life ultimately ended her successful career. The actor passed away prematurely at the age of 36. Isn't that horrible? What was Monroe up to at that time? Monroe was hired for a comedy film, Something's Got to Give. However, before Monroe could resume her role, she was discovered dead in her Brentwood, California home from a barbiturate overdose. Sadly, Something's Got to Give 1962 was essentially unfinished. What about the movie that was recorded? Any idea? After her death, the incomplete movie was left unattended for many years. Its 37-minute running time is far less than the average length of a feature film. Later, its clips were added to a 2001 documentary titled Marilyn: The Final Days. This was needed. Number 5. Heath Ledger from the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, 2009. With roles in successful movies like 10 Things I Hate About You, Brokeback Mountain, and The Dark Knight, where he won an Oscar for playing the nearly flawless Joker, Heath Ledger represented a new generation of actors. Sadly, Ledger passed away in January 2008, just before the Batman movie was released. Heath Ledger was one of the favorites among the fans. What do you say? Ledger was filming the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, his final on-screen appearance. As a token of remembrance, 3 other actors and close friends, Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell, took on Heath Ledger's part. Tragic. Let's see the 4th actor who died while filming his movie. Number 4. Vic Morrow from The Twilight Zone, 1982. Vic Morrow was busy working on The Twilight Zone, the movie throughout the summer of 1982. He and 2 young actors were trying to escape a hostile helicopter while filming a scene about the Vietnam War. Tell me what happened next. Isn't it intriguing? Unfortunately, the pilot's ability to fly was interfered with the special effects explosions on the ground, which resulted in a horrific crash. Morrow and the 2 kids passed tragically due to their wounds, and 5 production team members were charged with unintentional killing. A year later, The Twilight Zone, the movie, was ultimately released, but none of the sequences starring the deceased kids were included. That's even more sad. Number 3. Philip Seymour Hoffman from The Hunger Games 2014. The second book in the well-known The Hunger Games series, Mockingjay Part 2, debuted in theaters in 2015. Fans were pleasantly surprised that one actor's performance blended well with the pictures. Philip Seymour Hoffman. In the midst of filming, the actor passed away in February 2014, and viewers were unclear how his absence would appear in the movie. How did the actor die? Do you have any news? Hoffman's final production, Mockingjay Part 2, honored him and created a hugely popular movie. According to reports, Philip Seymour Hoffman battled addiction until the end of his life, cruelly cutting short what should have been a long-lasting career. Let's jump to the next celebrity. Number 2. Aaliyah from The Matrix Reloaded 2001. On August 25, 2001, a small plane crash in the Bahamas claimed the lives of Aaliyah and 8 other passengers. She had just turned 22. In March 2001, The Matrix Reloaded got rolling, and Aaliyah was hired to play Link's Harold Perrineau wife, Z. Talented Aaliyah could have thrilled fans more, but sadly, she is not among us. Aaliyah had already completed filming her scenes for Reloaded at the time of her passing. Still, as Reloaded and Revolutions were filming simultaneously, Aaliyah had not yet completed her scenes for Revolutions. Directors Lily and Lana Wachowski ultimately decided to recast Z with Marvin Gaye's daughter, Nona Gaye, taking over the part. Number 1. Chris Farley from Shrek 2001. Chris Farley, maybe everyone's favorite actor in the film. Since Mike Myers has come to be associated with Shrek, it is difficult to envision someone else doing the voice of the ogre. Former SNL cast member Chris Farley had recorded almost all of the lines for Shrek before passing away from a heroin overdose in 1997. After a substantial revision of the script, Mike Myers was chosen to replace Farley, and the rest, as they say, is history. as the film inspired 3 further installments and 2 spin-offs throughout the years. His work will be remembered for many years to come. So, what are your views regarding these celebrities who died while filming their movies? Which actor's death is the most tragic? Do you miss any of them today? We would love to see your comments. Until next time!